In terms of the title race, we see Arsenal beat Man City. I want to go to you first on this, George. Well, actually, I want to go to Ram first because Ram brought this up backstage. And I don't know what he's going to say about Spurs and the title race and everything else. Over to you, bruv.
Yeah, I just got a question for George. Obviously, Big Andrew's doing his thing. Maddison is cooking. Kulusevski's cooking. Mickey van der Ven looking like one of the best signings of the season. Are Tottenham challenging for the league this season?
Quite frankly, you can't do what you done to Arsenal fans last year. Trying to build us up, build up the hype, and then bring us back.
I'm just asking the questions.
No, I know, but like doing the little, you got this, everything's going right. Big team players, Kulusevski, best winger in the league. Like, no, look, everything's good right now. It is, but it's good right now. This isn't going to last all season. Us Tottenham fans know this. Like, this is just, it's a patch, and it's nice that we're going through this. We need this. After everything we went through last season, it's nice to feel this. But we're not title challengers. We're not ready to be there. We haven't got the squad to challenge that deep into the title. I reckon if we can get through till January, no injuries, stay pretty relevant with regards to the table, maybe a couple points off like second and third. Like if we're in and around there by January, and then we can improve the squad, I'll be confident of us securing top 4 early. But title challenge, we're not ready for that. I reckon that's probably more something that you guys need to look to. Liverpool, put the pressure on yourself, Ram, and start talking about how you're going to put the pressure on Arsenal and City and make this a three-way title race. Because all I've been hearing from Liverpool fans recently is you've got such a good midfield, you guys such a good defense. Klopp's refreshed the team. He's rejuvenized. You're saying I've heard Liverpool say we're guaranteed a trophy this year. If it's not, it's Europa League's there. So you say Europa League's there for the taking.
Europa League should be a given.
That's what I'm saying. Europa League, they're guaranteed. So with the Premier League, I mean, look at how Salah started the season. He's having the best start to the season in a long while, looking like a rejuvenated man. So are you in the title challenge? Are you going to win the league, Rams?
Rams, before we move to Liverpool, I want to ask George this. Did you consider Arsenal charged last year a title challenge?
What did you say?
Did you consider Arsenal's last year season as a title challengers? They did. You considered them did that, right? You considered them title challengers, right? You do or you do not?
Is that a question or you ask?
It's a question. It's a question.
It sounds like a statement.
No, it's a question for you. Do you consider? Did you consider them?
I mean, you can call them. It depends what people call title challenges.
All right.
They did go. Wait, I didn't. This is what I mean. Mo, you've done a loaded question.
It's a yes or no question. It's a yes. I don't need context.
It was a big question. It was a big question.
Load up a question. No, it was simple. Interrupt me before I even answer. You've got the answer in your head that you want me to say. Let me say my answer, and then you go from there. Yeah. I think for me, they was never winning it. But when you say they was in a title challenge, they was there. You can give them the fact they was in a title challenge. But I said the whole season long, you guys watched the clips. We was on the terrace together. I said they were never, ever going to win it last year. So
it's not about winning it. Winning it is different context here. It's like being title challengers, get 80 plus points, being at the end of the league, still challenging, still having a chance at game week 32, 33 to win the title. You're not like 20 points behind the leaders in game week 30. So this is why I'm calling Arsenal's last year title challenges. Yeah. So your squad this year, the first 11 this year, the way you play football, it reminds me of Arsenal's season last year in the beginning of the year. This is why I'm going to say, if you keep everybody fit and you keep playing the same football, you might be the Arsenal of this year, of last year. You might be this year's Arsenal of last year. Why not? Why are you afraid to say that? You've been playing sensational football. You're enjoying every bit of it. You're winning. It's not only that you're playing good football without winning. You're playing good football with winning. You have an easy 5 games coming, apart from Chelsea, who you play at home. You're just afraid to say it, but Arsenal fans weren't. I have Arsenal fans in October say that we're title challenges because you're brave enough. I think Spurs fans are actually scared to say that, we're playing good football.
Okay, but
we have one competition and we have some of the best. Listen, Rory did team of the season hours ago.
I saw
he put 6 players of Spurs in there after 8 games. We're reaching the quarter.
I'm gonna
quarter of the season, guys. We're reaching quarter of the season. They're top of the league. If next 5 games, I think they can be there. Are they gonna win it? So all you guys want to say is Spursy, right? This is all your. Give me an argument why they wouldn't challenge for the title after 8 games now.
I'll tell you what. Because what's it called? This is what rival fans do to United all the time, and I'm going to defend Tottenham on this. You cannot put words in his mouth. You can't make him say that you're in a title challenge and you have to accept it. Otherwise, it's not good enough. Because as somebody who has been very frequent to rebuilds, I have a very clear understanding that at the start of a rebuild, you can't start making proclamations of title challenges and things of that nature until way, way, way further down the line. If you should so happen to find yourself in a title challenge, maybe in April, then it's a whole different ball game. But you have to expect the downs that come with ups in the midst of a rebuild. You have to expect that they're going to go through a wobble. And really what will define whether or not they're in a title challenge is how they bounce back from a setback, which is inevitable to come in the first year of a rebuild, for sure.
Can I just
The
also
thing is,
add?
the
a
same-
big-
Look at Pep when he first
The
came
same-
to City. We're talking about arguably one of the greatest managers of all time. Did they win the title first year? It's not as simple as that. They don't have the squad depth. They still got players that they need to add to the side. They've got players that they need to get rid of. It will take a while, but
I
for
think-
Spurs fans right now, I think a season pushing for top four, as well as exciting football, which is very important for a top club, because before Spurs were playing like a bottom half team rather than a top half team with the counter-attacking nonsense that was going on. It will be good enough. It's only the first season. We haven't even played 10 games yet. Let's take a chill pill. Like Spurs title challenge. I guess if they're up there in January, then it can be more serious. But for now, I don't think Spurs fans should be talking about title. They'll be happy with how the football's working, how they're picking up points, and then you go from there. It takes a while. Look, Arsenal still haven't won the league, and lots of praise has gone to Arsenal. It's took them how many years? Arteta, and Arteta's got a lot of stick during them years as well, and they still haven't won it. But they're on the right track with Spurs. Let's take a chill pill. They
I
might
think
get there
also-
one day, but this season, that'll be a miracle. That'll be a miracle. That's how
also
far.
to add on that point is a big thing for Tottenham they have to deal with is African Cup of Nations and Asian Cup. And that would be Son,
we've all got that,
Basuma, and Papa Sarr will all be going. And I'm talking two pieces of your core being taken
I
away
don't feel
for
like that
international
would
duty.
affect us as much as people think. I do
Nah,
think
I feel as though it will be a big miss.
especially with regards to our midfield, like Basuma and Sarr. Yeah, they're going to be misses, but we do by that time we'll have Ben to go back. Højbjerg probably might be able to sip in. If not, we are looking at. So we do need another midfielder in January. That is one of our priorities. So we'll probably look to sign midfielder early in January to get them in before the Africa Cup of Nations.
Also
but
Son as well.
pretty
Asian Cup
much
as well.
like you guys have like alluded to. This is our first season. Like Arteta took what 2 or 3 summers before he even started. Like before last season, before Arsenal got to the place where they could even think about competing. This is our first summer. We've still got a lot of these players around that were leeches in our past couple of years, the likes of Dyer, Davies, Session, like all these players that have been around Tottenham for far too long. That I just think that their mentality isn't at where some of the other players are. And we need to get rid of them. They need to get out of our club before we can even think about title challenge. So for me, I'm just gonna take, like I say,
Is your
take the
starting
rest.
11 better than Arsenal starting 11? Genuinely.
Huh?
Is
No.
what?
Your starting 11
No.
better than Arsenal starting 11?
No.
Genuinely.
No.
George,
Nah, you have
I'm
to answer the
asking
question.
you genuinely.
No, I get what I get what you're trying to do. It's
No,
not.
hold on. Let me just, because I had someone yesterday and he kind of like, I was silent for like 20 minutes. The guy kept getting stats, what they did this year. I'm genuinely asking you, do you think Van de Ven and Romero now, they're similar to Saliba? Do you think Vicario is better than Raya? Poro's playing better than Ben White? Your dog is better than Zinchenko? And your midfield, you before said that your midfield is superior to Arsenal.
I do think our midfield is superior. I do. I just think that with regards to when you look at
Wait, Terry, don't do that. Wait, let me.
I'm just stretching, bruv. I'm just stretching.
we still haven't played with our best midfield. Bentko's still not back, so you guys haven't seen the best. Of Tottenham. And quite frankly, I do think that we do have a better midfield than Arsenal. I just think that in the attacking areas, they got more clinical players. You look at Martinelli, you look at Saka. Their 2 wingers very clinical at the moment.
You're scoring more than them. You know that, right?
Yeah, no, I do think that again. I know what you're trying to do, trying to make us.
I am actually not trying to. I'm genuinely trying to get this Spurs, because I've had 2 Spurs guys come to my channel and they actually gave me a clear thing of why they think the starting 11 is better than Arsenal. And with one competition, they think if you can keep everybody healthy now, go in January, get a couple of players, they think you can have a better season than Arsenal's last season. in terms of point tally in the league.
I don't know. I'd see. So I don't think I can
Because
agree
it's
with
based on
those
starting
guys.
11 and how
No,
your
I hear
manager just ate up the years to jump into phase 4 right
No,
away
I
because
get-
everything
no,
looks good.
I do
But here
get
the
that,
thing,
and I
though.
do get the things with the starting 11. I like my starting 11. The thing is, I don't want to do is start to compare my starting 11 to players like, let's be real, Udoji's been in the league for 10 games, like 8 games. I'm not going to start saying he's better than Zinchenko. And Zinchenko's been here for 3 years. He's proved himself. He's been a proven player. I'm not the type of person to start coming out and say, like, this starting 11 is good, but I want to see this starting 11 prove to me over 6-month period that they are good, not over 10 games, because anyone can have a 10-game run of form.
And the
You
league
know-
is not won over 10 over from your 11 man. That's never been the case. Maybe the closest thing to it is the Leicester season, where they pretty much went uninjured for the whole of the season. But to win the Premier is a squad game for sure. There will come a time where you need to go to that bench, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Arsenal's bench is way stronger.
Here's the thing, though, right? The same like reasons that were thrown at Arsenal last season were squad depth. What happened? How do you deal with the first big setback? Once you go on a bad run, how do you deal with that? This, that, and the other. And eventually, it came through. But Arsenal had a title challenge, so there's no reason that Spurs can't. But equally, I wouldn't have said last October that Arsenal were in a title race. I think it was not until like January when we'd had a good run against difficult teams that I genuinely thought, okay, now we're in a title race. So I think George has done the right thing, and I don't even think Arsenal are in a title race so far this season. You got to wait. It's too early. Way too early.
Yeah, look, you are right. The title race doesn't start until that last 10 plus games or so, but the foundation's built now. I think Arsenal will be in it. I think Liverpool will be in it. City most definitely will. I do think Spurs will fall off, but when I say that, I don't think they're going to drop out the top 4 and collapse. I just don't quite think that squad will have enough this year. And to a degree, listen, if they stay the course and put a title challenge in year 1, what a phenomenal first season that would be. It'll be very hard to do. However, some might stay fit all year. A lot of people are banking on, well, Basuma might get injured and Maddison might get injured. If their main guys don't, and we have seen seasons where Liverpool won the league, everybody was mesmerized by the fact that none of the main stars really picked up anything. It does happen. It'll be interesting. I've got some super chats to do here. There's quite a few that have come through. First one says, Audi Drake is delusional, can't lie. No, he's not Audi, bro. He's like top of the league now, like Waitrose Drake. That's what we'll say. Waitrose there, bro. But we'll upgrade that. Waitrose is nice, bro. Waitrose is nice. This year, Spurs fans desperate to be recognized as top of the league and desperate to have no pressure.
People try to put the pressure on. They did last season. It's not that we don't want pressure. There's no need to put pressure on the team right now. It's the first season. There's no need.